Hello, everybody. How are you guys doing? Hope you had an amazing weekend. I know I did. Hope you spent some time with your family. Ate greedy. Man, I had like 4 plates of Thanksgiving food over the weekend, man. Honestly, it's crazy to say, but hey, we're here, man. We only get to do that one time a year. Now I got to hit the gym, of course, to work off all that. But hey, it's a-okay because you know what? It was a good weekend of football on Thursday, Friday, Sunday, and Monday. We had like 4 days of just good football, man. And you know what? We're here to talk about them. Let's see how I did. You see that? You see that? I know y'all see that right there. Oh man, I'm so excited. I'm banging my knee against the table. Man, but I know y'all see that. You can count them checks. One, two, three. Eating them dubs, baby. You see that? 12-4 for the week. Another really great week. Another really great week to add on, man. You know what I'm saying? I am now sitting at what is that? 100, 108, 59, and 1 for the year, baby boys. It's amazing. It's amazing to see. That's about 64%. So far through 13 weeks, I have not picked every single week. There's been like 2 weeks that I've taken off. So technically, it's like 11 weeks. So through like 11 weeks of picks and stuff, I am 64% on them, man. I am 64% on my picks. Jeez, honestly I thought I'd do pretty good, but I didn't think I'd be doing this good throughout all these weeks, man. And like, hey, this is another week where I hit a lot of them right, man. I got 12 of these games out of 16 right. That's a really good margin, man. But let's talk about them. First game we had was Green Bay versus the Detroit Lions. Green Bay did what I told you they were gonna do. And I'm like that whole division just pisses me off. I'm trying to tell y'all because they are a bunch of frauds. Every single one of them. People are gonna be like, "What do you mean, Tess? They're good teams." Like, yes, they are good teams, but they're not as good as people think they are. And they're teams that every single one of them, the Green Bay Packers, the Detroit Lions, the Minnesota Vikings, and even the Chicago Bears, all of them are still eventually going to get beat down the stretch and in ways that you're going to be like, geez, are they a good team or are they not? But Detroit got beat up by Green Bay. Well, I won't say beat up like it was like they just super kicked their ass, but they definitely did win this game, and that looks bad for Detroit because next week they got the Cowboys, and they're gonna need to win that game, and the Cowboys need to win it as well too. And I'm already excited to get to this next game: Cowboys versus the Chiefs. People thought I was just going with my heart. And I even said I was going with my heart because I love the Cowboys. But it don't matter though. The boys pulled it through. They got a win on Thanksgiving against Pat Mahomes boy and the Kansas City Chiefs. So now that is 2 straight weeks now that they have beaten a team that played in the Super Bowl this past Super Bowl. So they beat the two teams that played in the Super Bowl in consecutive weeks. They beat the Eagles last week, and then they just beat the Kansas City Chiefs. And oh my God, I feel bad for the Chiefs because I feel bad for my boy Patty. But like I said, they will still overcome this, and they will still be able to come back and make it to the playoffs. And the Cowboys needed this in order to keep any hopes alive of making it to the playoffs. Because that's the thing. We got Detroit this week, and when we beat up on their ass, we gonna knock them out of contention for the playoffs where they're gonna end their season, and we're gonna be just a step closer to getting our asses in there. We still need a whole bunch of help from like 3 other teams. We need one of them to lose like 1 or 2 more times in order to like help us get in there. But it's just good that we took care of business on Thanksgiving against the Chiefs, man. Like nobody would have expected us to do that shit, but I picked it. God did too. Next, Baltimore let me down against Cincinnati. Like these motherfuckers kept trying to lose that game. And Cincinnati wasn't even playing like they wanted to win it at the beginning. But then eventually they were like, oh wait, y'all finna just let us win this bitch? All right, cool. And Joe Burrow started doing some Joe Burrow. Like Joe Burrow didn't look all that great to start the game, but eventually he got his stride and he started of course completing passes and doing Joe Burrow ass things. And this will be good for him going forth. I mean, I forget what their record is. They should be almost mathematically eliminated, but I actually don't think that they are yet. I think they actually might still be like randomly in the hunt. So that's good for them, man. They got to win. Shout out to Joe Burrow and them boys. Bad for Lamar and them. They had been on a streak, but that comes to an end. against a division rival as well too. So that kind of sucks, but they still are they're still in better position. I mean, and with Pittsburgh being Pittsburgh, it's like they still have a chance to win that division. They'll still always have a chance to win that division, even though Lamar missed so many weeks and was hurt. Next, we had the Black Friday game, man. I told y'all that the Bears were gonna beat the motherfucking Eagles because the Eagles ain't shit. I told y'all this shit. But nah, I told you that that boy, I was like, that boy Caleb and Ben Johnson and Roma Dunze and all them boys in Chicago, they had just been streaking and doing their thing. I know I've been saying that I still see Green Bay winning that division, but I will tell you this win from the Bears, this is probably their signature win of the year. Like at least it is to me. I mean, and that should say something, even though like I kind of shit on Philly and everything like that. But it is a good win to win against Philly. Like that tells you, that kind of helps tell you who you are a little bit. And this is one of those wins that like getting ready to like make their final push for the playoffs and final push for their division and everything. This will go tremendously for that. So them beating the Eagles after that game, that was the first time that I ever honestly somewhat doubted my pick of Green Bay. And it's like Green Bay won this week too. But it's like that's the first time this year that I've actually doubted my pick on Green Bay winning that division because with what I saw from that's like I still think that they're fraud. But at the end of the day, from what I saw from them again, but I think Philly's fraud. So you know what I'm saying? So that's why it's like I still think Chicago's kind of fraud and that whole division of theirs is fraud. But this does go do a lot towards actually them taking that division, but I still feel like they're going to drop a game or two down the stretch and that Green Bay is going to be able to just squeak out, win their division and get a playoff berth because of that. But the Chicago Bears should still be in position to make the playoffs though, even though they will probably lose their division in my opinion. Next, moving on to Sunday, man. We got the Sunday slate of games, man. The Rams let me down against the Panthers, man. Everybody's talking shit, and that's the thing. Everybody's talking shit about Bryce Young, and I keep telling you, he's not as shitty and terrible as a quarterback as people think. Yeah, you never know what you're gonna get from him every single week, but granted, it's still like when he's out there and he's looking bad, like don't get me wrong, he looks shitty. He looks putrid. But when he's out there, man, he's slinging that ball, that motherfucker be out there looking like I don't know. He be looking like a really good quarterback. I was about to say Tom Brady, but I was about to say Tom Brady and C.J. Stroud, but that's just because he light skinned, and I didn't want to do that. So I was just like a really good quarterback. But you know what I'm saying? Like he looks ridiculous like some weeks, but then other weeks it's like, oh my god, is this the no, he never looks like the greatest quarterback ever. But he just looks like, dang, like Bryce Young, like he really is that guy. We see why he went number one. Like that's what he'll do. And he did that against the Rams. This was their best win of the year, man. While the Rams were trying to sew up the number one seed. Them taking this fucking loss, all that does is make shit even more interesting down the stretch to finish in their division and also to finish in the NFC because we got a couple teams that are now like 9-3 or whatever like that, or have that record like that. So that's gonna make for a crazy finish. Like, bro, just shout out to the Carolina Panthers. No one expected them to be in this position or be like literally like tied for their to win their division. But you know what? They're just ruining people's playoff dreams. And you know, as a petty motherfucker like me, I'm here for it. I'm here for all of it, man. I like to see it, man. It sucks because I got my pick wrong, and I do really like the Rams, like Stafford and them boys. But I'm all for fucking up some playoff hopes and dreams, like, and just mucking up some things that you don't want mucked up. So that was good to see. Next, we had Shador's second start against the. Yes, I told you this is going to be a harder game for him. It looked harder. But then also, it's hard when you got your coach calling stupid ass plays on like fourth and short and everything. But I don't want to get too much into that and shitting on Stefanski because, I mean, fuck it. It is what it is. But I will just say that it's like, yeah, it sucks that he lost that one. He's 1-1 now. I don't know who they played this next week, but hopefully it's another one of those shitty teams that's the thing, bro. If he can just rack up a few wins, like get him like 3 or 4 before the end of this season and everything like that, that'll be good. That'll be good film to put on tape and everything. And it'll be good to see. San Francisco wins yet another one, man, and they won one while the Rams lost one. So that whole lead that they had on them in the division just got smaller and smaller, man, and it's just making for a crazy finish down the stretch in the NFC because it's gonna be like three people. It's gonna be like three people from that division, and like two of them may make the playoffs, one may not make the playoffs, and depending on who loses and shit like that, like it'll they may let the Cowboys or somebody else in. So it's gonna be crazy to see how that division that I forget what fucking division. I think it's NFC West, but whatever that division with the San Francisco 49ers, the LA Rams, and the Seattle Seahawks, like that division is gonna be a crazy finish to watch over these next like 5 weeks, over these next like 4 weeks or whatever like that. That's gonna be crazy to see. Next, we had the Indianapolis Colts lost to the Texans, man. The Texans, who have the number one defense in the NFL, if you do not know that, because every time they play, that's all the announcers are going to say. They beat the Colts, man, and they showed why they got the best defense and why they were able to beat the division leader of their division. And hey, man, CJ Stroud, man, y'all are talking shit, man. Y'all were thinking that he got his job took, but his ass came out there and he showed y'all why the fuck he's the starting quarterback and why Davis Mills is the backup. So if y'all motherfuckers had any question about that, I hope you saw that shit this past Sunday. Next, we had the trash bowl, the Dolphins versus the Saints. I told you these motherfuckers were both terrible, but I told you that the Saints are more terrible than the Dolphins are, and Dolphins pulled out the victory. Don't got to talk too much about that one. Next, we had the Jets versus the Falcons. Oh my God. I did not think that Kirk Cousins, like we've shat on Kirk Cousins for years, but like I thought he kind of got past that shit and was done with it. You know what I'm saying? About getting to Atlanta and getting that. I was like, okay, he should be. But then again, that's why they immediately drafted someone who took his fucking job. So like, I should have known better. And yeah, the Falcons got their ass beat. Well, they didn't get their ass beat. They lost by like one or two, if I'm not mistaken. Like it was a pretty close game to end, but like it's the fucking Jets, man. You shouldn't be in a close game with the fucking Jets. Like I get it. Michael Penix wasn't out there, but Kirk Cousins should be serviceable fucking enough to beat the lowly ass Jets. Like, and this is the decimated Jets too. Who like a lot of their good players have already been traded and shit and they're gone. So it's just like the fact that y'all were in a game like this with the Jets and y'all lost this, you should be fucking ashamed of yourself, Atlanta. But hey man, it is what it is. I'm only mad because I'm really just mad because I got that pick wrong. It's like, bro, it's the fucking Jets. Y'all shouldn't lose to the Jets. But anyway, next we had Carolina. We had not Carolina. We had Arizona versus the Tampa Bay Bucks. Baker and them boys, man, they just racking up them wins because they need to. They definitely need to, especially when you got the Carolina Panthers. And that's why I had Carolina. Especially when you got the Carolina Panthers beating teams like the Rams, like. And also, they beat us a few weeks ago. They've got some wins on their record this year that it's like you couldn't tell anybody before the year that they were going to do that. But look at them now. They are like tied for the lead of they're like tied with the Buccaneers for their division, if I'm not mistaken. And if they're not tied, they're like a game right behind. So it's like the Bucks cannot lose any fucking more. And they are beat up and hurt, so they are most likely going to lose again. But then again, Carolina's Carolina, and it's like we acting like they just became a world beater or anything. They're still gonna lose a few games. Like they're apparently what their record has been. It's like they should probably lose this week because they've been for the last few weeks like win loss win loss win loss. So we'll see what happens there. Next, we had the Jaguars versus the Titans. Like, man, yeah, I know the Jaguars are a better team, but man, they still be ass as well. And I'm really just pissed because I got Travis Etienne and he didn't do shit at all this week for me. And it's one of the reasons why I fucking lost in 3 out of my 4 leagues in fantasy. But you know what, man? That's personal shit. That's some personal shit. I'm not gonna go there. You know what? I'm gonna scratch this week. Got my ass kicked in fantasy in 3 leagues, man. And it's just like the second to last week of fantasy. And we doing this shit, guys. Like, hey, man, shape the fuck up. That's all I got to say. But, yeah, Jags won. Shout out to them. They actually beat the shit out of Tennessee. But, I mean, it's Tennessee. So, like, y'all shouldn't be too happy about that. Because y'all still the Jags. And y'all be playing ridiculously stupid at times as well. Next, we had this ass kicking of the the Seattle Seahawks beat the shit out of Minnesota. Like they skunked. I was like, they didn't even score a point if I remember correctly. Like their defense scored like 30 points for me in one league. Like they're the only fucking reason. They're basically the only reason why I won that one league. I told you I went 3-1. They're the only reason why I won basically because they scored 30 fucking points for me as a defense. And Minnesota just God awful, bro. It wasn't even McCarthy. It was the backup. It was like the other rookie dude, and like that motherfucker there. Oh my god, bro. You only got one start, and you put that shitty a tape on film, bro. Like that one interception where his ass was like getting sacked, and he was trying to throw it away, and he just threw it to the defender, and that motherfucker ran that all the way back for a pick six. It's like, bro, you should be ashamed of yourself. Like you in the fucking NFL. You are a professional player. Why are you fucking throwing passes like that? Like that is some college slash random TV show dumb shit. Like that's what that is. Like that shouldn't be happening in the National Football League. So he should be ashamed of his fucking self. But it's also his first start, so I don't want to kill him too much. But it's like, bruh, God, man, you would have been better just like dirting passes and doing that than letting some shit like that happen. But shout out to Seattle, man. Yet another win, man. And like I said, with LA losing, that helps them get closer to, helps them get right back there with them and everything. So it's like, I'm telling you, that finish in that division is going to be crazy. Next, we have another division game between the Raiders and the Chargers be pissing me off so much, bro. Like, I swear to God. Like, they really piss me off because they're, like, they probably piss me off the most out of teams that are good that should be better, but they play so stupidly, and it's just like they don't look good. I know, they won. I completely understand. They won this fucking game, but still, they have won a bunch of games this year that it's like, bruh, I don't know if y'all motherfuckers deserve to win that shit, but hey, kudos to y'all for doing it. And and it's just like, bro, that shit not sustainable, dog. Like this was supposed to be y'all's year, showing motherfuckers. And in the year where like your division isn't even being led by the fucking Chiefs. Like that's the thing. Like the Chargers should be fucking ashamed of themselves for the fact that it's like, bro, in the year that the Chiefs have not been good, and aren't leading y'all's division. You should have been the team to take over the fucking division. This should have been your year. But for some fucking reason, the Denver Broncos are the team in y'all's division that did that shit. And they are streaking their asses all the way to the playoffs and are trying to fuck around. And I mean, they're probably not gonna get that bye because they are in the AFC. And shout out to the New England Patriots because they're most likely gonna end up getting that bye. But it's like still, the fucking Broncos may still fuck around and end up being like the 2 seed or something like that, and end up playing the worst team that wild cards their ass into the playoffs. So it's like they could still fuck around and win a playoff game and be in like the like the semifinals or whatever the fuck. Like that shit's mind blowing. And it's like that should be what the fuck the Chargers are on. Like in this year that the AFC it's still strong, but it isn't as strong as we've known it to be in the past. Like this is a year where it's like, bro, the Chiefs aren't just shitting on everybody. This is one where everybody like it's open. Like this should have been a Chargers year, but like, bro, they just been bullshitting. Even though but kudos to them, they have still been racking up wins. So it's like their division, their record isn't dog shit. Like it actually is really good, and they're like kind of there. Like if I'm not mistaken, they are like a couple games probably behind Denver, but it's still just like, bro, that means you motherfuckers dropped 1 or 2 games that y'all asses should not have dropped, and that's the reason why y'all are behind them and not leading y'all's fucking division. It's just you should be fucking ashamed of yourself. Next, we had the Buffalo Bills versus the Steelers. Oh my God, that man, Aaron Rodgers looked old as shit, and they were abusing the hell out of him. It was elder abuse, is what that shit seemed like. I ain't gonna lie, Buffalo did their thing against him. Like, oh, but I mean, but that's the thing. Like, he got hurt and ended up not. What? It's okay, I guess. I was like, I was like, I can't shit on Aaron too much about that, but he was injured going into it, and he did get injured while playing, and he couldn't finish the game. Like, bro, it got so bad. Like, they had Mason Rudolph out there. Like, that's how shitty he got, and how bad, and like he had to be sat down. And it's just like, bro, they're gonna start trying to shit on Tomlin and do all this and that. But like, honestly, in my opinion, bro, it's like, dog, he's had, and they're still leading their division, if I'm not mistaken, like, or at least tied for the lead of their division. So it's like they're still got a good record, but it's just They haven't shown you or given you anything at all this year to believe in them to believe in their ass at all, to believe in them like if they win their division, like they might get smacked in the first round of the playoffs depending on who it is that they play. So it's just like Pittsburgh hasn't given you anything to just really feel because like I don't even know their signature wins this year. Like it's like it's like I can't even think back to one of their wins and be like, yeah, this was a really good. I could think back to them beating the Jets, but that's the fucking Jets. Like everybody beats the Jets except for if you're the Atlanta Falcons, apparently. But that's the Jets. You shouldn't feel so happy about that shit. And it's just like he only felt happy about that and trying to get that win because he just played for them and all the shit that's been talked about his name. And I mean, in Aaron Rodgers. So it's just, man, the Bills, like, bro, these motherfuckers, like, they're gonna be happy about themselves. They're gonna feel good that they got this win as they should because it's a W. But at the end of the day, it's like the same way I can't really look at the Steelers wins and be like, yeah, this is their marquee win or whatever. It's like I kind of feel like that way about the fucking Bills. Like yeah, okay, they beat the Chiefs. Like I know they beat the Chiefs, but even in them beating the Chiefs, like that didn't even feel like a signature win to me or whatever. And they beat somebody the fuck up. Like I'm saying, like they beat some other good team as well too pretty early, but it's just like you just like neither of those teams you just believe in they're both probably going to be in the playoffs. Like both like Pittsburgh may fuck around and win their division, and Buffalo's not going to win their division, but they're probably on a wild card in. And it's like, and if Pittsburgh doesn't win their division, they're probably wild card into it. So both of these teams are probably both going to be in the playoffs. But ask me if I believe in either of them doing a hoe ass thing, and I'm like, no. Both of them, like I can see both of them getting smacked in the first round unless they play each other, and then it'll be like, okay, cool. Then one of you has to win, at that point. But I could definitely see their asses like both getting bounced in the first round by whoever the fuck they play. Like there's multiple teams, in my opinion, that are better than both of them. So it's like, yeah, y'all won, but like, so fuck what? Like, but congratulations to the Bills. Next, we had the Broncos versus the Commanders, and Jesus, man, I've talked my shit about Bo Nix, and I will continue to talk my shit because I don't believe that he's all that great. But I do love me some Sean Payton. I love me some PS2. I love, you know what I'm saying? They got some pieces on that team that I do really like. So, and I also just love the city of Denver and the state of Colorado. So, it's like, so I'm not mad at it, you know what I'm saying? But it's just like, damn, bro, like Bo Nix keeps proving me wrong and other motherfuckers who keep hating on him and they keep winning, bro. They have won, what is that? They've won 10. No, I forgot how many. I forgot how many straight. I think it is 10. It's like not. It's a crazy amount that they've won straight now, and it's just like, damn, bro. Congratulations to the Broncos. They're streaking their way to the number one. They're streaking their way to trying to get the number one seed. My bad. And finally, we had the Monday night game. Another team that is streaking their way, trying to get that number one seed. They kind of got it locked up right now, or almost locked up, because they got the number one overall. Look at the number one record, like the most wins right now. He had 11-2. They beat the shit out of the sorry ass New York Giants on Monday Night Football, man, and that shit is crazy as hell to see about the New England Patriots, man. What a year makes, man. I saw the stat where they said the Patriots lost 13 games last year, and they are now on a 10-game win streak this year. Like, what a year makes, man. What a year makes. You never know what the fuck could happen. You never know what could happen, man. That's why you try. I know it may seem like you know what I'm saying? Things may seem hard. Shit may seem like you can't get it done, but hey, look at the Carolina Panthers. They beat the shit out of the Rams, man. And look at the New England Patriots on a 10-game win streak after winning 13 games last year. After losing 13 games last year. So that means that they went 4-13 last year, and they are now 11-2. Such a great story, man. Like I said, a lot of good football was played this weekend. Hope you guys had a great Thanksgiving weekend. I know I did. I enjoyed eating all the food I ate, and I enjoyed watching all of the football games I watched. Had a really great week, man. We went 12-4 for the week. We're sitting at 64% on our picks for the year, man. Looking good, feeling good, getting ready for another one, man. This was a good week, but hey, gotta scratch it and get ready for week 14. I will be giving out my Thursday picks most likely tomorrow on Wednesday. If I don't do it Wednesday, you know my late ass, I'll come through and get them done on Thursday before the game. So enjoy yourselves, guys. I'll talk to you later and see you on Thursday. Peace.